Hi, Guarav. Nice job with these essays. Let's get right into them. Okay, University of Albion. Let's see what you had to say. All right, avoid respected sir and madam. Basically, the letter will tell you how they want you to address it. Usually it says something like, dear sir, madam, okay? So just follow that, but you should know that that's most likely what it will be, dear. Okay, I am writing this letter in regards to my absence in the medical paper. I don't know what you mean here. I think you mean, I'm writing this letter in regards to my absence, in the medical exam dated 18th of July. Firstly, I would like to apologize for my uninformed absence at the last paper of the semester. Okay, usually we just call them exams, but okay, fine. Here are the details related to the examination. Full stop here, actually. No as my candidate, okay? Name, course, student ID. Okay, fine. On the 17th of July, while returning home, I met an accident. Well, how about this? How about I had an accident, all right? I had an accident and was unconscious for 2 days and was in the hospital for a week. Doctors have informed me that, okay, all right, fine. Doctors have informed me that I need complete bed rest for 3 more weeks as I have fractured my leg and got stitches in my head. Unfortunately, my parents could not inform the university about this mishap. Attached, not attaching, but attached, are the doctor's detailed notes about the accident for your reference. It would be really helpful if the university, could help me by performing an average, I don't know what this means, but performing an average on grade. I don't know what that means, really. I think you mean you want them to give you an average for the course material you've completed so far. That's my understanding. All right, let's see. So it would be really helpful if the university could help me by, how about calculating my average grade on the whole semester performance, or rescheduling the exam after 4 weeks instead of failing me out as stated in the letter sent by the university. Once again, I would like to apologize for the inconvenience caused. I'm waiting for a response. Okay. I actually, oh boy. Okay. Yeah, I like this. You are one of the few people who actually listed more than one resolution. Now, why is that important? Because it says here resolutions, which means that you shouldn't stick to just one, but you should probably have at least 2. So well done there. I'm glad that you did that. Okay, there were some expressions that I wasn't really a huge fan of, but on the whole, it was a nice attempt. Let's go straight to your task 2, okay? So, copyright laws. Now, this one is an interesting one because there are 2 separate questions that you have to answer. So let's see how you did with this. In today's world, companies need protection for various types of crimes as it is affecting their business directly or indirectly. In my opinion, government bodies have been diligently creating laws, not the laws, to protect them from theft. Who is them? I don't know who you mean. Businesses? Governing bodies? It's not clear. And it's, I mean, sometimes when you use a pronoun like this and it's so far away removed from the word that it's referring to, it makes the meaning very muddy. Okay? So, okay, again, to protect them from theft of ideas by introduction of patent law. This essay will help us demonstrate how copyright laws protect from, here it needs to be, this essay will help us demonstrate how copyright law prevents a fugitive from committing a crime, even though legal cartel, I don't know what you mean by this, tends to do patent infringement. Okay, I really don't know what you mean by this here at all. I would need you to rewrite that last section of that paragraph. All right, moving on. Although, now first of all, there's no comma after although. Although needs a clause, meaning that it needs at least a subject and a verb. So, although media and technology companies have the majority of maybe you mean perpetrators here. I don't know what you mean here by infringers. They still tend to be more inventive about new advertisements and technologies, respectively, by thinking outside the box. Not only has the government become stringent towards companies, not only has the fact that government has become stringent toward companies been of great help, but also the organizations too have become scared and affected by penalties, forcing them to be imaginative. I really don't know what this part of the sentence has to do with anything. I'm really not sure why we have that there. For example, Samsung and Apple have a legal clash due to an infringement of copyright law where eventually justice was served and Samsung Samsung shelved their old product and invented a new product altogether. Therefore, if the copyright laws were to be questioned, it would eventually lead lots of companies to be at war or bankrupt. Okay, so I want to be really honest about this paragraph. The central idea is not clear to me. It's not so much because of the grammar, even though there are some grammatical problems, but I can't follow your train of thought. So it doesn't progress in a way that I can follow your argument. So for me, that's a big problem, and I think you need to revise this paragraph in order to, number one, make your central idea clear, and then number two, to have like a clearer progression of your ideas in the paragraph. Okay, so let's go on here. It is an absurd thought that a community would survive without any rules and regulations, since it is a bridge between just and unjust practices. Okay, that's nice. It's clear. Some of the individuals have been greedy in nature and can seem to forget the boundary between good for the society and good for themselves, and have been performing unfair methods of business. All right, this I don't want here. We're not talking about a debate between good and evil. We're talking about society and would it function better or not without these rules, okay? So this really doesn't belong here at all. Okay. An economic forum survey has provided statistics that 68% of malpractice performed by companies actually having, okay, again, this argument also doesn't fit in here. I mean, we're talking about copyright laws, so don't just talk about, illegal activity or boundaries or, philosophical debates between good and evil here. I mean, I want you to focus a little more on the topic, all right? So comprehensively, if there are no guidelines to be followed, it would leave an unbalanced society. Okay, fine. So the beginning is fine and the end is fine, but the middle is a little unclear. It should be taken into account that our community might crumble without it. Without what? Okay, without rules and regulations and laws regarding piracy, regarding copyrights. Furthermore, depending on the dynamics of practice method, it needs to be changed accordingly. Okay, I don't know what this means, what you mean by dynamics of practice method, and then it needs to be changed accordingly. Okay, so there's quite a few issues that I want you to look at. Yeah, I want you to look at them. I want you to revise these errors. I hope you found this feedback helpful, and I hope that you will continue writing and try to apply all of these corrections to your next essays. So I will leave you with that comment. I will be waiting for more of these essays from you in the next day or so. So best of luck writing.